The Qiang was a name given to various groups of people at different periods in ancient China. The Qiang people are generally thought to have been of Tibetan-Burmese origin, though there are other theories. The Tangut people of Tang, Sung and Yuan dynasties may be of Qiang descent. History. The term Qiang appears in the classic of poetry in reference to Tang of Qiang. They seem to have lived in a diagonal band from northern Shaanxi to northern Henan, somewhat to the south of the later Baidi. They were enemy of the Shang dynasty, who mounted expeditions against them, capturing slaves and victims for human sacrifice. The Qiang prisoners were skilled in making oracle bones. This ancient tribe is said to be the progenitor of both the modern Qiang and the Tibetan people. There are still many ethnological and linguistic links between the Qiang and the Tibetans. The Qiang tribe expanded eastward and joined the Han people in the course of historical development, while the other branch that traveled southwards, crosses over the Yuan mountains, and entered the Yangui Plateau. Some went even farther to Burma, forming numerous ethnic groups of the Tibetan-Burmese language family. Even today, from linguistic similarities, the relative relationship can be seen. They formed the Tibetan ethnicity after the unification of the Tubo kingdom. The historical origins of the Qiang and Tibetan races is perhaps as Professor Fei Xiaotong has said. Even if the Qiang people might not be regarded as the main source of the Tibetan people, it is undoubtedly that the Qiang people played a certain role in the formation of Tibetan race. According to the Shuowen Jiezi, the Qiang were shepherds, part of the Zirong. They had a close relation to the Zhou dynasty, who may themselves have come from the Rong, and were mentioned in the Book of Documents and Records of the head historian as one of the allies of King Wu of Zhou who defeated the Shang. Christopher I. Beckworth proposes that the word Qiang possibly has an Indo-European etymology and that the Qiang were of Indo-European origin, from the modern Chinese Qiang. Sinologist Edwin G. Pulley-Blank reconstructs the Old Chinese asterisk clan, which Beckworth compares to the Tocharian word clank, meaning to ride, go by wagon, as in to ride off to hunt from a chariot, so that Qiang could actually mean charioteer. It has been suggested that the clan of Jiang Yuan, mother of Fuji, a figure of Chinese legends and mythology and an ancestor of the Zhou dynasty, was possibly related or identical to the Qiang. Some of these groups were called the Horse Qiang or many Horse Qiang, suggesting they may have been horse breeders. Not until the rise of the state of Qin under Jukmu was the Qiang expansion effectively halted. During the Han dynasty, a group of nomads to the southwest of Dunhuang were known as the Chuo Qiang. They were described in the Book of Han as a people who moved with the livestock in search of water and pasture, made military weapons themselves using iron from the mountains, and possessed bows, lances, short knives, swords and armor. In the Vailu, other Qiang tribes named were the Brown Onion, White Horse, and Yellow Ox Qiang. The various tribes of the Qiangs formed a confederation against the Han but were defeated. Later in the Han dynasty, groups of people in the western part of Sichuan were mentioned in the Book of the later Han as separate branches of the Qiang. A song from one of these groups, the White Wolf people, was transcribed in Chinese characters together with Chinese translation, and the language has since been identified as a Tibeto-Burman language. A Qiang leader, Zhao Chang, founded the later Qin kingdom during the 16 Kingdoms period of Chinese history.